on Channel 8 News, we'll be taking a look at KXCV-KRNW's hit Bearcat football radio show, a dance show recital, an upcoming theater performance, and more. Your Channel 8 News starts right now. Thanks for tuning in to Channel 8 News. I'm Courtney Rowe. In the Trenches is a newer radio show on KXCV-KRNW that talks about all things related to Bearcat football. The show is hosted by John Coffey and Rich Wright, who invite a number of guests to talk about the previous games as well as get a little personal. Local restaurant A&G is where they broadcast live from, and I was able to sit down with the co-hosts and just learn a little bit more about the origins of the show. Every Thursday night at A&G right off of the square in Maryville, head football coach Rich Wright and voice of the Bearcats John Coffey can be found in the back corner broadcasting their show In the Trenches live to the KXCV-KRNW station.
We started this up the third week of the season, and the meat of the show is just having a little bit of fun, learning a little bit more about the players that are our guests, talk to them, and of course talk to Rich about some things football related, but also personal related to some things that he does that people may not necessarily know about. So
we wanted to have an opportunity where we talked about something beyond just football. It has a little bit of a football basis, but it's more about the stories that kind of make up what Bearcat football is.
With different guests each week, Coach Wright and Mr. Coffey are able to give listeners the inside look at different aspects of Bearcat football.
You know, I get interviewed a lot, and so it's having other people be able to get on the radio and understand what it's like to field questions, and whether it be my players or my wife or whomever else they interview in a given week. It's just sitting down and reflecting back on old times and old memories.
I think it was one of my favorite shows was just tonight. We had Rich's wife Sarah on and surprised him that he didn't know if she was going to be on the show till about a minute before we went on. So that was a lot of fun, and just to have them talk about how they met and what it takes to kind of juggle family life with the job as a head football coach.
In the Trenches not only gives listeners a chance to learn more about the team, but it also gives Coach Wright and the guests a chance to reflect back on their favorite Northwest memories throughout the years.
It's funny, I think everybody thinks the thing that we remember is the scores and the outcomes. What it really is the journey and what happened while we were going through it. And that's the part that's special.
All right, that's been the end of the Trenches with the head coach of the Bearcat football team, Rich Wright, here on KXCV-KRNW.
When we come back, we'll be taking a look at the Northwest Dance Company's fall recital, along with the inside scoop of Northwest Theater Program's upcoming fall production. Don't go away. Welcome back to Channel 8 News. I'm Courtney Rowe. The Northwest Dance Company is a student-run organization that performs 2 shows a year during the fall and spring semesters for the Northwest community. Last Friday, the Northwest Dance Company held their fall recital, which included a wide variety of dance styles and participation from the audience. Uhoman April Molta has more on this event.
The Northwest Dance Company performed at the Charles Johnson Theatre here on campus on Friday, the 5th of November. The 2-hour-long event was dedicated to showing different dances choreographed by the students using different kinds and genres of music. The show was hosted by Sydney and this year's homecoming king, Ryan. The performance included tap dancing, Afro hip-hop, and even some dance steps from the audience themselves. The organization also took time to honor graduating members and alumni of the group. Talita Santana Baez, a hip-hop choreographer for the Northwest Dance Company, shared some of the experiences the group has had together and some steps they took in order to get ready for the show.
It is an organization that performs every semester, and a lot of company members join this dance company to just have fun and meet other people. It is a very diverse company, so you don't need background in dancing or performing in general, so it is a good experience to get to know people from different backgrounds, and anybody is welcome in this dance company, and we just like to unite as a whole in dance and share our love for dance in general in dance company. Every dance practice once a week for an hour, so it depends on how many dances you are. You might have practice 3 times, 2 times a week for an hour, and it's a total of 6 weeks that we practice to get to the show. So it's a whole process. That's why we have the exec members, the exec board that can help us out too, not only the choreographers do their part. So the exec members, some of them take care of the tickets, so some of them take care of the program for the show, and obviously the president and the vice president make the whole list and program for the show. So it's all a contribution of everybody together, but at the end it all paid off.
I have been Uhuman April Motok, bringing the stories that matter to you.
Thanks, woman. The theater program of Northwest has been working hard on its fall production of the cult classic film and popular board game Clue. The show is a madcap comedy featuring the characters Scarlet, Plum, White, Green, Peacock, and Mustard as they race to find the murderer in body manner before the body count stacks up. The show claims to keep you guessing and on the edge of your seats until the final twist. Field reporter Morgan Geyer met with some of the cast and crew to get the inside scoop on all of the preparation for this upcoming production.
Theater Northwest is getting prepared for their showcase, Clue on Stage, written by Sandy Rustin with a screenplay from Jonathan Lynn. It's based on the popular board game and movie. Northwest Artistic Director Catherine Bilbo is directing the play. Showtimes are 7:30 p.m. on November 11th through the 13th and the 16th through the 19th. There will also be a 2 p.m. show on November 14th. The show will be at the Studio Theater inside of Ron Houston. It runs around an hour and a half long. It's described as a madcap and farcical comedy that will keep you guessing until the final twist. Northwest student Cole Rixner plays the butler Wadsworth, and he has been happy with production so far.
Something so back and forth like our script is. Preparation started as soon as we downloaded our scripts, so we've been at it for quite some time, and it hasn't stopped. It's been full force, full-fledged, full steam ahead.
Northwest student Kaylin Peterson is excited for the new learning opportunities.
There's a lot of new acting techniques and stuff that I get to learn about. So I've been acting for a while, but this is a bit of a new animal to me.
The reason I'm excited is because there's a ball of excitement that I think just like every cast member has, just like inside of them. And I just kind of keep visualizing, just imagine all this tension and excitement building up for 2 months, and then this show runs 8 days straight. It's just gonna, the audience is just gonna love it because we're gonna love it.
Tickets are $10 and can be purchased at the box office up to an hour before showtime or by phone at 660-562-1321. This is Morgan Geyer for Northwest Student Media.
Let the game begin. Thanks, Morgan. When we come back, we'll be taking a look at a Christian speaker that spoke here on campus, followed by a closer look at Maryville's own paintball establishment. Stay tuned for more. Welcome back to Channel 8 News. I'm Courtney Rowe. Last Wednesday, Christian speaker and award-winning co-author Frank Turek spoke at the Charles Johnson Theater about his 2 award-winning books, I Don't Have Enough Faith to Be an Atheist and Legislating Morality. Field reporter David Dirks has more on the event.
On Wednesday night in the Charles Johnson Theater of the Fine Arts Building, Dr. Frank Turek came and spoke to Northwest students, faculty, and the community of Maryville. Ben Hayen, a student of Northwest, has been looking forward to this event for quite some time.
So I attended this event because I know Dr. Turek from YouTube. I watched quite a bit of his videos, and I thought he did really good work, and I was surprised that he was coming to Northwest, this little small college town that we got going on. And so I just wanted to hear him in person, and I actually ended up buying some of his books.
Dr. Turek then left time open for a Q&A where anyone could approach the mic and ask him any questions. Brianna Jones gave her insight as to whether she thought the Q&A was effective.
I think so, especially just being given the opportunity to ask open and honest questions and getting real answers back. I think not only helps someone who's struggling, but also for other believers who are just oh, now I know how to better answer that question in the future.
Dr. Turek has always had a deep desire to do this, and what he's teaching around the country is the reason he came to the Christian faith.
I was inspired to start providing evidence for Christianity because that's the way I came to faith. I didn't know who Jesus was when I got out of college, and I met a son of a Methodist minister in the Navy, and I had so many questions for him. He finally just said, "You just need to get Josh McDowell books. Evidence Demands a Verdict, More Than a Carpenter were books written to show why Christianity is true." So I came to faith that way.
This is David Dirks with Northwest Student Media.
Thanks, David. Over the course of this year, we have seen a bunch of new businesses popping up all across Maryville. One of those is the Fields Paintball. The Fields is a paintball arena and equipment rental facility, and Lauren Adams got the chance to speak with co-owners at the Fields, David Baker and Chelsea Clark, to learn more about what they have to offer.
The Fields Paintball is a new business in Maryville that opened on October 1st of this year behind the Hangar Movie Theater. One of the owners, David Baker, saw a need in the market for this kind of business and decided that Maryville would be the perfect place.
I chose paintball because I grew up on a farm, and all of my neighboring friends that were farm kids as well, we would all play paintball. I stayed with the sport through adulthood, and being a sport that I loved and being a business person and an entrepreneur in Maryville and seeing a need in the market for an entertainment venue and some entertainment for the college students and the high school students, it seemed like a perfect fit. It made sense to start up paintball here in Maryville. Playing the sport, the community of paintball is a super wholesome community. People that come and play are all very inclusive, they're very kind. You're in a team building aspect with complete strangers a lot of times, so you're making a lot of new friends, a lot of new connections, and it's a great outside activity. It's a great way to stay active at your own pace. It's something that you don't have to push yourself to where you're too physically exerted, and you get to make a lot of new connections and a lot of new friends through the sport.
The other owner, Chelsea Clark, also has a love for paintball that she brought into this business.
What's gone really well is that we've been able to reach high school students, college students, and people from out of town. So we're just seeing a really healthy mix of a lot of different players coming in, trying it for the first time, and we're seeing a healthy mix of people who know paintball and love it and are coming here to try out this field. If you try paintball, you're probably gonna fall in love with it. It is such a fun sport. It's really, really safe. You can't get paintball around here unless you drive really far away. So it's just a great, new, fun thing that is being offered in town, so come give it a try.
The Fields Paintball has 5 courses to choose from and is open through the winter. Their hours are currently 1 p.m. until dark on Thursdays and Fridays and 10 a.m. until dark on Saturdays and Sundays. For the stories that matter to you, this has been Lauren Adams with KNWT Channel 8 News.
Thanks, Lauren. Well, that is all the time we have here for Channel 8 News. Be sure to tune in every Monday through Thursday at 6 p.m. right here at KNWT Channel 8. Or you can find us on our YouTube page at KNWT TV. From all of us here at Channel 8 News, I'm Courtney Rowe, and have a great night.